The Artec K20 Sidewinder manifold. Is it worth the hype or is it full of issues? Let's find out. So this is the Artec K20 Sidewinder manifold. I've had this manifold for, I don't know, maybe 6 months already. I haven't really done anything with it just because I've been so busy with work. But I finally got around to, doing some modifications to it straight out of the box. The box that it comes in is a normal box, just a little bit bigger than this. There's no welds because it's cast. There is some like finishing that they have on the flanges here. So if I take this ring out, this locating ring, you can see like some of the machining that they've done and some of the finishing with like a sander, or I don't know what it is, like a really high speed like tool. Even on the flange side you can see that it's kind of been machined. At some point I had a straight edge on it and I thought that there might have been about 1 millimeter of like sort of like warp at some area. I'll just actually flip the camera around so you can kind of see the machining there. They haven't like stuck it on a belt sander or anything. It's definitely been machined, but in some areas like right here, you can kind of see that they might have used like a flexible sander, and it's just a little bit it's tapering down. I don't know if it's not a really nice finish to it, but I will probably go over this anyways with like a flapper disc and clean out all the inside of the casting. So we'll see if we can use this camera to focus in on the casting, otherwise I'll use my phone. This is the inside casting of this manifold. You can kind of see there, like they've definitely had some sort of tool that they've used to chamfer the edges. And they've had like a countersinking tool to, like countersink those or cut the, like once they've drilled the hole and then they just chamfer the edge there. You can kind of see the machining marks or sanding marks, whatever it is, on the flange as well, and you can see different areas. I kind of feel like I would do it again just to make sure that it's really flat. So that's some of the casting imperfections there. But like I said, I will probably run a flapper wheel through. You can just see a little bit through there as well. But yeah, once I've run the flapper wheel, we'll smooth it all out. So that's one of the runners. We'll look into the second one here. I don't know if you can see anything in the middle there, but it looks like some casting imperfections as well. Oh yeah, there's definitely another one in there. I'm sure I've ran my finger over that before. Okay, and then the third one here is another imperfection. Once again, we'll just smooth it out with the flappy wheel and some sort of pitting. And finally, on the last runner, this is quite heavy, so it's kind of hard to hold with one hand and show you what that is. Yeah, so it's just some more, I don't know what the actual term is, but just rough casting. We'll have a look through the wastegate port. So there's some more like rough casting as well. And because these are investment cast, there's going to be some things like that, but it's probably just from when the guy is like making the wax, the investment cast. The wax piece, yeah, just maybe some little dirty bits on it. And you can see where there's some machining or some sort of finishing being done. Again, we'll just clean that up. And then this is the turbo inlet side or outlet, whatever. And then you can see some more rough casting marks, and then some more there. So this line here is for when you cut that flange off to go to the next frame size up. They've like incorporated that in the design, which is quite cool. And then you obviously have to put a new V-band flange on there. This flange here is for 40 mil, 44 mil, 45 and 46 mil wastegates. I'm gonna put a 50 mil on here, so I'm gonna have to do some cut it off and weld on the Turbo Smart flange. And yeah, so you can also see just on the middle right of the screen and middle left, just here and there, just where it's not 100% circular. Somebody's like kind of attacked it with a Dremel or something. So you can see the inside casting there and where they merge. Yeah, you can kind of see the merge collector in there. Would be nice to give them a flappy wheel and make them really nice and sharp. Yeah, I had some issues with this, and I'm going to cut to some other videos of me earlier, like months ago, not long after I bought it, showing how the bolt holes didn't line up. So currently in this state right now, I had to machine this, which I'll show you some videos, and I probably went a bit too hard. I reckon I could have filed it, and it would have taken ages to file. I reckon I could have filed it, and it would have been fine. And then I also had to do the same with this one here, where I machined it towards that blue line. So this one was going that way, and this one here was going in that direction. But I ended up using a Dremel for this one. Might be better shown on this side. So yeah, basically machined down that way and machined the other way. But it fits. So my only concern is just fitting it onto the car and making sure that all the weight is on this and this mount here and that mount here, holding the turbo. It's pretty solid. I don't think it'll ever crack. And then yeah, just making sure that the wastegate vents out nicely. These are the alignment of the studs, the exhaust studs that go into the manifold. So that's the first one, and that's the second one. Although they look kind of reasonably close, the bolts won't go in. So we'll have to, sorry. So this is one of the factory ones. It kind of like starts and then that's it. That's as far as it'll go. So I will just have to, well, they've recommended filing it, but I'm probably just going to put it in a drill press and just take some out, like kind of like slot it almost. And they've said that it won't void the warranty, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, just a bit weird in terms of like selling these, because you don't really want to be like finishing them to make them work. Like you kind of just want to like put it on and go kind of thing, if you know what I mean. Actually, I might do it with my other hand. Yeah, that's kind of where that'll go. Just doesn't want to do it. So yeah, so that's like what we have at the moment on the Sidewinder. So yeah, we'll just follow through with some of the other things about the manifold as well. I've got to take that much off, about 2 mil. Manifold, just there where that little bit of rust is, we just have to give it a lick with the grinder just to make it flat. So we won't take off too much material, just enough to clear the VTEC solenoid, I think it is. So I think that should be enough clearance against that solenoid. Hopefully there should be enough sealing surface there. We only took maybe 1 mil. I might chuck a rotary sanding tool on there and then just give it a little bit more of a tidy up. So we have the tiniest little imperfections right there, and the same in there as well. You can just see it. So we'll blend that in. Just right now I'm trying to blend, there's some imperfections in there. You can see like a square, it's probably from the casting, but there's like a nice little peak there, so I'm just trying to flatten that out. You can just see it like right there. Yeah, so that's the rough surface there that we're trying to smooth out. That'll probably be like 0.5 of a horsepower, like I reckon. Even though it's only in the wastegate side, but you know, smoother it is, the better. So now we'll just take out some of the imperfections. I don't know if you can see it. There's one there, some in there. It's definitely like one here. And further up in there as well. So we'll try and smooth those out. There's some areas that you can feel like definite ridges in. Just in here, you can see where it starts to bend. So just in this area here, this is where it's bending internally. You can feel the ridge. So like if we run the flappy disc in there, we might be able to blend that transition. I'll need the inspection camera to do it. You can feel this transition here as well, on the inside. There's like a definite spot there. This one's not bad. Not much of a transition in there. And this one has some some like tags just on the inside of this. So we'll need the camera for that as well. The inspection camera now. So we'll take a look in the inside with this thing. All right, so, oh man. So you can see a big square in the casting. It's pretty weird. And then you can also see how rough the surface is. So let's go in some more. Man, it's hard to not get the bloody reflection in this screen. Oh, not supposed to happen. I wish I could smooth that out. So we're going in further into like the merge collector area. So that's what it looks like. You can see some more like casting marks right there. That's more of the merge collector, and it's quite rough, isn't it? And then that's the area for the turbo and the wastegate. The wastegate through there. Wastegate through there, and then out the outlet. So if we come back out, and we'll go into the next one. Oh, this one looks like it has another square casting as well. A way bigger one. Well, it's quite rough again with the casting. Up until the wastegate port and the turbo port. So let's have a look on this one. Again, it looks quite rough. And then we're into the merge collector area. This is well, it's quite rough, isn't it? This is the moneymaker area, the merge collector. Is that another patch? Might be the same patch. And then, yeah, we're out into the wastegate port, back here again. And then we'll have a look through the last one. So that's all the sanding marks from the flappy wheel. Then we're going up the runner into the first part of the merge collector, and you can see how rough that is. Oh, damn it, sorry guys. there just happens to be a bloody light right above me. So you can see the merge collector and how rough it is. It would make quite a lot more horsepower, I believe, if it was all smoothed out and perfectly like knife edged. And then we're out to the wastegate port and into the outlet for the turbo. So that's the inside of that. Close though. Sweet. So this is all welded up. Just did like a pass on the inside and a pass on the outside. Just to try not distort it or warp it as much. Yeah, so that's what it looks like with the 50mm flange on it, and this was the old one that we chopped off. I could probably just machine that flat and maybe reuse it, sell it, I don't know, 40 bucks, someone will buy it. Sweet. Well, if you found it helpful and enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. It'll be hugely beneficial to the channel. So yeah, stay tuned. We will be getting more videos once I have bought the turbo for starters, and yeah, once all that's together, we will chuck it together and go for a drive, and hopefully makes heaps of power and makes all the whirly noises that we all love. So yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.